called the head office in Phoenix. They took my calls, they answered my questions, but the customer service was great. The YouTube videos were strong. So who is Angud? A man that loves adventure, loves pushing boundaries, wanted to explore. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I'm 33 years old. Work for my family business. We do cardiac heart testing and just a free spirit. Love traveling, love working out, love meeting great people, social guy, and got a good group of friends down in Toronto, Canada, but just blessed and grateful to be here. I've never been married. I was close to getting married, and I'm happy I didn't because I got a chance to come down on the tour. I love Filipino women. I find them incredibly beautiful. I think they're down to earth, they're humble. And I felt that what really motivated me to do this tour was the prospect of meeting, a lot of quality women and knowing that AFA is like screening them to a certain degree. It gives a foreigner like me, a guy from the West, a measure of confidence that you're not meeting some random person off the street. And I think that's important. I like that. It makes me feel secure. It would probably be two things. Number one was, I'm actually Indian and Sri Lankan, and I was actually really close to getting an arranged marriage, and my heart wasn't in it. So, in our culture, arranged marriage is big, and I found it very businessy, like very transactional. I didn't want to do that because I wanted love, I wanted romance, I wanted passion, I wanted excitement. I wanted to know that the woman wanted me for me. So I reached out to AFA because the footage was really good. There were so many happy clients online. Like if you Google AFA in YouTube, you see a lot of happy men with genuine, beautiful women with great attitudes. So that definitely made me feel good because I didn't want something transactional. I wanted to avoid that. So that was number one. And number two was, I didn't want to make excuses. Like I knew the Philippines was far and it was a far trip. The money didn't matter. It was a life experience. It was a life-altering experience. From the time I found out about you guys to the time I actually booked my tour was less than a month. I was decisive and I was sold. Like I was actually sold, and I'm happy I did. Before I came on the tour, there were two major reservations. Is this thing legit? The money was never a problem because, as much as people may crib about money, everybody can find the money to do something. It's whether or not it's worth it. Is this a dream? Is this too good to be true, or is it legit? So that was my only fear. But what alleviated that for me was calling the head office and getting Brianna on the phone or getting Michelle on the phone, who are phenomenal with coordinating with clients. And that made me feel good because they answered my questions, whether it was like, what do the socials look like how many women do we meet? What's the protocol on table hopping? The customer service was phenomenal. So that's kind of what got me over the hump in terms of getting from a point where it's an idea to okay, I'm gonna do this thing, I'm booking my ticket, I'm paying for the tour, I'm gonna show up and do this thing. So is the juice worth the squeeze? Is it worth it? And once I got past that point by getting feedback from customer service and getting a visual on what this thing is gonna look like and getting the itinerary and seeing the footage online and reading the testimonials and reading the website documentaries on how many men have found success, I got over that hump. And like I said before, it just took me a month from the time that I actually found out about AFA to actually book this thing, pay for it in full, and make my way down here. You walk in this room, this banquet hall, this beautiful banquet hall in a hotel, and I'm just painting a picture. You see a bevy of beautiful women greet you right away. And I've never experienced something like that in my entire life. So you walk in, you're instantly greeted by a beautiful girl that puts a garland around your neck, welcomes you, gives you a big hug, and then puts your name tag on. You're in the lobby or the outer lobby. You have a drink in your hand, you got a beautiful girl in your hand who escorts you. And when you walk in, you're literally blown away. You're greeted by about 120 to 130, absolutely beautiful women who are just happy to see you, who are genuine, who are seriously looking for the right man. I have a tough time imagining a lot of men experiencing that. I've never experienced that. It's fun. You walk in, there's There's interactive, icebreakers. There's great dinner. There's table hopping where you can actually meet all the women over the course of the night and pick the ones that you want to get to know. There's interactive games towards the end to kind of further break the ice and have that playful, flirty banter with the girls that you really like. And then there's follow-up after. And the buddies are great at connecting the women that you like with yourself. And they follow up and they make things happen really quickly. So it's not just, hey, show up to the social and you're on your own. There's ongoing support. You have the buddies. They document who you like. They follow up with the girls. They get you in touch. Like everything else is provided and taken care for. So it's wonderful, yeah. So the Filipino women I have met have been some of the best women I've ever met in my entire life. I'm no stranger to dating. I've had ex-girlfriends. I've had girlfriends in the past of different cultures and different ethnicities, Indian, Caribbean, Latina, but there's something unique about Filipino women. Specifically, they're loyal, they're loving, they're caring, they've got strong, old-fashioned values, and not in a bad way, in a good way, in a sense that we want to keep the home strong. We want to build with you, we care about you. So, and they're gorgeous, I can't their attitude is so great, they're humble, they're hardworking, they understand the value of money, they'll struggle and build with you, and they're in it for the right reasons, they're genuine. And I think a lot of men today have a tough time meeting genuine women. The Filipino women that I've met have been phenomenal. They've been genuine, they wear their heart in their sleeve, they tell you how they feel. What else can you ask for? It's like, as a man, what else can you really ask for, right? Yes, so in terms of meeting somebody special, I believe I have. I'm taking my time, and I'm getting to know the women equally, because, on the socials, and, for the men watching this who are gonna do the tour, you will meet a lot of women at the socials, so I am taking my time. That being said, there are one or two women that I think could be very special. Obviously, I would choose one, but there are definitely possibilities there in terms of me seeing a future with at least one or two of the girls on this trip so far. Yeah. So if I had to describe my experience on this tour, my whole experience in one or two words, I would say life-changing. I think I'm blessed to be here. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm happy. I kind of don't want to go back home. The only reason I'm going back home is because my mom lives there in Toronto, Canada. But I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed to be here with a bunch of guys that actually have the chance to do this instead of being stressed out at home and working 80 hours a week and being miserable and paying bills and waking up and paying bills and working. To be out here with beautiful girls, beautiful weather, we're blessed.
Searching for that one special woman to complete your life? Join men from all over the world as they take a trip and find their future brides. Interested? Learn more at cebuwomen.com. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Then click on the notice bell to get notified every time we add something new.